Good evening, Freeman families. Welcome to Back to School Night 2021. I'm coming at you live from my office here at Freeman High School, and I hope that you are in a comfortable place, ready to have a pleasant evening of reconnecting or meeting our wonderful faculty here at Freeman. I miss you terribly, and I'm so sorry that you're not in the building with us today. Back to School Night is one of my favorite events, so we miss the Freeman family quite a bit. But we are going to make this work this evening. So thanks for being a part of this and for attending. During this opening session, I'll kind of set the stage and give some instructions on how the evening will go. But before then, I want to invite Miss Amy Boyle, our PTSA president, to bring greetings from the Freeman PTSA. Miss Boyle, take it away.
Thanks, Mr. Marshall. Thank you so much for welcoming us to start off Back to School Night. Freeman families, welcome back to school. I hope that you all are doing well and that the back to school time has been a happy one for you and your family. I'm Amy Boyle. I am your PTSA president. It's an honor to be in that role this year. I wanted to share a couple of things with you all. The first is, you can see the slide there of our PTA meetings coming up. We usually meet on the first Monday of the month, and we are meeting on Monday, October 4th. Our in-person meeting will be at 5:30 p.m. in the conference room of the Leadership Center. Please come. You'll get to hear an update from Mr. Marshall, an update from school counseling. Our committee chairs will share the work that they're doing to prepare for events for the school year. And we welcome you to come join the conversation. Just come sit with us at the table and contribute to the plans for the year. We'd love to hear your input. So you can see the dates there. We'd love to have you join us. Some of you probably know that at this back to school night meeting, one of the PTA pieces of business we have to accomplish is to approve the budget and adopt the audit. And we still need to do that in this virtual platform. So I'd love for you to please, sometime this week, go to our PTSA website, freemanptsa.org. And on the website, you can see a place where you can vote to adopt the budget and the audit. Our books were audited this summer. There were no discrepancies found. We filed all our tax papers. Our treasurer, Emily Hare, does a fabulous job keeping us all in line. So please take a look at that for me and give us your vote to approve those two things. That's important as we kick off our year with PTSA. And while you're on the website, you can do lots of things. You can get all kinds of information there about school events and Henrico County events, but also please check out the tab that says Get Involved. That's where you can donate to Freeman Fund and to All Night Graduation Party. Both of those, 100% of your contributions come right back to the PTA. And our All Night Graduation Party is a PTSA sponsored event for our seniors the night after graduation. It's a great event for them, and we need all the help we can to pull that together. So check out those two places where you can donate, check out the meeting times, and you can also contact us there. You can reach me by email at freemanptsapresident@gmail.com. I welcome your comments, your feedback, your suggestions. I look forward to seeing you in person soon, and I can't wait for this wonderful school year. Thank you all so much. Mr. Marshall, back to you.
Ms. Boyle, thanks so much. Thank you for your leadership of our PTSA. And I hope Chris is having a great freshman year, the start to freshman year. We are so fortunate. I mentioned this in the Sunday message this week. We are so fortunate to be backed by such a strong parent-teacher-student association and such a strong community. This is something that we do not take for granted as employees of this great school and in this great community. So thank you, and thank you for all that are involved. And we'd love to have everybody at our meetings. They're a great time. So one reason that I mentioned a few minutes ago that Back to School Night is one of my favorite nights of the year. One reason is that as principal, sometimes I can feel like my interaction with families is a little bit one way, but on Back to School Night, I get to meet the new Freeman families in the hallway. I get to interact with folks that maybe I've been emailing with. It's a great time to see each other in person. So I look forward to the day when we can run around these hallways once again and have Back to School Night in person. But for tonight, we're going to make it work virtually, and our teachers are prepared to accomplish their goals of really bringing you some information about their class, putting their name to face, and setting the stage for a strong school year. One other reason I love Back to School Night is it's one night out of the year where we get to focus solely on what's happening inside the classroom. which is the largest chunk of a student's day spent inside his or her classrooms. It's my favorite part of a school. What's going on between the bells in each room. It's instruction, that teacher to student, student to teacher magic that guides our students through school. It's a chance for me to step away from dealing with the student pickup parking lot or contact tracing and talk about teaching and learning, which I love to talk about. I love to experience, and I'd love for you all to get a taste of this evening. What's happening in our classroom so far this year? We are building world-class learners and leaders through the vehicle of classroom instruction like we never have before. I've had the opportunity to pop into every one of our teachers' classrooms so far this year, and folks, magic is happening in those rooms. And you might wonder, well, what does that look like? Well, a lot of times it does not look like the classrooms that we were in when we sat in these rooms or others in our high school experience. It looks like the crazy welcoming environment of Mr. Densley's math class that you can't help but smile when you walk into. It looks like Miss Swain's class out on the front lawn doing a team building and problem solving activity. It looks like the global trade simulation game that students were way too competitive about when I popped into Mr. Fabian's class the other day. It looks like a completely student-led discussion and debate about the foundations of America in Miss Davina's class. It looks like Mr. Orr's entrepreneurship class, which is starting business after business to promote the FBLA, but teaching students about business in the process. It looks like Project Maverick, which our seniors are embarking on, where they're going to change the world not one day, but while they're in high school, using the skills they've learned the last 3 or 4 years to affect their community. Magical things are happening in our classrooms. We've come out of this pandemic with tools sharpened from a year away from the building by our teachers, now on full display with our students here and used daily in our classrooms. Our students have returned with an energy like we've never seen. There's an appreciation for being here that could only have come after a year and a half away. And they brought an incredible energy that's just been a shot in the arm to a school that was already succeeding. And now, guys, is on fire. There is magic happening in our classrooms. I hope you get a glimpse of that tonight. It's kind of tough in the 7 minutes that our teachers have to share kind of their whole vision for instruction and their whole year with you. But I hope you get a glimpse of what we do every day, that we've got incredible educators in our building, standing in front of, and in most cases beside and alongside, incredible students on a journey to be world-class learners and leaders. How are we going to do that in this virtual format? We're going to make use of our technology that we used quite a bit last year, Microsoft Teams. This is kind of the Google Meet or Zoom of the Microsoft world. Your students are experts at logging into Teams meetings, so if you have one nearby, they can act as your tech support for the evening. And you'll use that to meet 7 incredible educators. The first thing you'll need tonight is your student's schedule. You can obtain that from PowerSchool. You can log into PowerSchool, and there's some instructions online to do that. You can ask your student, they probably have a screenshot of it they can share with you. And you're going to follow that schedule as if it were a 7-period day. First period, second period, third period, fourth period, in that order. You're going to log in to the meetings that your teachers have set up for that class period. It's important that you kind of stay in order of your classes because your teacher might teach a different class that period. You'll go through the schedule. We're going to start each one on the 10-minute increments. So 6:50, 7 o'clock, 7:10, and that schedule's on our website. You'll follow that, log in, and your teacher will sprint through what they had to share in about 7 minutes. And then you'll have a few minutes to kind of log out of that meeting, orient yourself back on the website, and log into the next one. I see that we have a few hundred people watching right now. So that shows me that you got to all things DSF/BTSN, and you've navigated to the opening session. When I conclude, you'll just close out of this meeting. If you get lost, you can go right back to that DSF, click on the banner, and find your teacher's name for the next session. Again, 10-minute increments for about 7 minutes of content, and then 3 minutes to get to the next session. Luckily, we don't have to run from Green Acres to the math hall and then out to the annex like you would in a normal school year. We also have a help room designated for if you get lost, right? If you have trouble logging into a Teams meeting, if it's not there, if the link doesn't work, if you're just not sure what class period we're supposed to be in, we have a Google Meet set up that just says need help, click here. I'll be in there all evening along with some of my colleagues on the DSF admin team. We're there to say hello, but also to get you where you need to be, and we'll work through it, no worries. There's a few teachers that we have absent and for any number of reasons, whether that's at home sick or maybe out on the practice field. And in those cases, you'll see a chance where you can click on some information so you can reach out to those teachers and connect in another way. And we apologize for any of those folks who are not here this evening. If you have any questions, please log into that help room and say hello. I hope that you see what I see this evening, or what I see every day, and that is amazing professionals here that know their craft and are darn good at it, and that love kids. And I'll be excited to see them share that with you this evening. At this time, we'll go ahead and log out of this meeting, and then you got a little break before 6:50 when you'll log into your first period class, and your teacher should be there waiting for you. Thanks for attending Back to School Night. I wish you a wonderful school year, and we'll see you soon. Go Mavs.